Hello everyone, back tuning into today's first video, JMA Friday for today's first video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the month ahead. It's going to take us through March. It's the 1st of March today, so this is pretty much a full month ahead look ahead from the beginning to the end of the month, covering March 2019. The Gauss weather is March 2019 will be released. Forecast will be released on Monday. I think we're going to release a little bit later than normal. On Monday, got Terry Scully's March forecast coming up tonight, and between now and then we'll have a week to 10-day video update for you as well. So I'll get on with JMA Friday for you very shortly, just to say that it's going to have a busy weekend of updates coming up, and we've got some more analogues actually for you tomorrow morning. First video up will be sort of an extra time spring 2019 analogues update. That's going to be looking at February data. So we've got that coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, as well as the weekend forecast and a week to 10-day video update. Then on Sunday we'll have the actual spring forecast itself for you as the first video up, as well as gas weather is sunny round. So it will be a busy weekend of updates. Do keep checking back to the website. Right, so we're going to start off with JMA Friday for today, and these are the 500 millibar height anomaly flow charts looking at the North Pole view down. So let's just change the colour. This is the North Pole of the Northern Hemisphere just here, and mid-latitudes of the Northern Hemisphere are around there. Blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange and red, extrapolating to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 1st, through to the 8th of March. So we've got below average heights out to the west and the northwest of the UK. Above average heights are down to our south. Excuse me. And we're bringing in a westerly flow from off the Atlantic. So this looks like the Atlantic's unleashed a little bit. It's going to be very unsettled. That's right, with low pressure pushing in from off the Atlantic Ocean, bringing wet and windy weather at times. That looks very unsettled and very westerly to start us off. Then we go through to week 2. This is from the 8th through to the 15th of March, and it still looks pretty westerly. The high pressure down to the southwest is building a little bit. The Azores high just strengthening a bit, but we've got these below average heights still to the north, to the northwest, and we're still bringing in this westerly Atlantic-driven flow. So it still looks quite unsettled as we're going into the second week of March. Maybe a bit drier, perhaps down in the south and the southwest, but still quite unsettled up to the north and to the northwest. And this really continues into weeks 3 and 4 as well. So this is taking us from the 15th of March through to the 29th of March. And again, we've got below average heights out to the northwest of the country. We've got above average heights down to the south. We continue to be bringing in this westerly flow. I suppose, if anything, southern parts of the country are possibly getting a little bit drier as that high pressure is strengthening from the Azores into France, Spain and Portugal. But overall, it still looks quite changeable, I think, particularly so for the north and west. All the time, the wind is coming in from the Atlantic, so it's relatively mild. There's no real problem with temperatures here for March. It should be a relatively mild month, but relatively unsettled as well, particularly for the north and west. This is a tropical and mid-latitude view, looking at temperature and precipitation anomalies. So the British Isles are just here in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you are looking at it. Mind you, of week 1, 500 millibar heights with this deep area of low pressure in the Atlantic, deep trough over to west of us, strong jet stream coming in from off the Atlantic as well. So it does look very unsettled in the week ahead, from the 1st through to the 8th of March. Temperature anomalies are rather mild, so we're above average with temperature anomaly, no problems there, around 1 to 2 degrees above average. And precipitation anomalies, not a surprise with such a deep trough of low pressure in the Atlantic. We are looking at a wetter than average week ahead as well. Week 2, anomalies looking like this. So this is the 8th to the 15th of March with below average heights again out to the northwest, above average heights strengthening a bit down to our southwest. And again, we're bringing in these westerly winds from off the Atlantic. Remains generally mild, perhaps not quite as mild as it is in week 1, but nevertheless, temperature anomalies are still a little bit above average. Precipitation anomalies are still above average, so we still remain unsettled even with that high pressure strengthening down to the southwest, the Azores High strengthening and ridging a little bit further northwards. We still remain unsettled with above average rainfall. And then we go through to weeks 3 and 4, from the 15th through to the 29th of March, and this one again with above average heights to our south, so the Azores Highs ridging from the Atlantic into Spain and Portugal, low pressure below average heights out to the northwest, and we're still bringing in those westerly winds. The temperature anomaly remains around or a little bit above average, so this is a mild March being seen, not as exceptionally mild as February was, so we're closer to average, but generally still on the milder than average side for March. Precipitation anomalies are still above average, so this is an unsettled but mild Atlantic-driven westerly March that's being forecast by the JMA today. Bear in mind that's a 2-week anomaly. It might be a little bit transitional. You might get something a bit drier and warmer perhaps, or even colder and drier perhaps in the final week of the month, something like that. Never totally rule that out with a 2-weekly anomaly. But overall, this is shaping up to be a mild but wet March with the JMA. Let's have a look at what CFS V2 is forecasting. These are 500 millibar heights. Again, they're broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 28th of February through to the 6th of March. We've got below average heights out to the northwest. We've got above average heights down to our south and southwest. We're bringing the jet stream and the Atlantic through rather like that. So it looks westerly, it looks unsettled. The driest weather will be in the south and the southeast. The wettest weather will be in the north and northwest. But I think we're all rather changeable there. Then we go through to week 2, takes us from the 7th to the 13th of March with above average heights again out to west southwest. Below average heights are up to the north. So again, looking quite unsettled. We are aligning with jet stream a little bit south, a little bit northwest to southeast there. So it might be a little bit cooler perhaps in that second week of March compared to what the JMA was showing. Nevertheless, they're both on the same lines, really unsettled, particularly so for northern parts of the country, and winds coming in from off the Atlantic. Week 3 is the 14th to the 20th of March. The below average heights, the low pressure then lifting out a little bit towards Greenland and Iceland as the above average heights are strengthening out to the west and to the southwest. So that's turning drier. The jet stream's pushing back northwards again. I think that's turning drier and milder, possibly even a little bit spring-like there from the 14th through to the 20th of March. And then we go through to week 4, which also looks quite good actually. This is the 21st through to the 27th of March with above average heights then centering kind of like over France. Below average heights are still to our north. The jet stream has pushed northwards as well, and that should be starting to bring up some quite mild, maybe warm air from southern parts of Europe. So I think the CFS is a lot more settled through the middle and second half of March compared to the JMA. And it's also a little bit warmer as well, perhaps warmer and drier through the second half of March too. Let's confirm that with the temperature and precipitation anomaly. So week 1 temperature anomaly from the 28th of February to the 6th of March. Milder than average, a warmer than average week coming up with above average temperatures. Week 2 temperature anomaly is the 17th to the 13th, the 7th to the 13th of March, and it's still above average, milder than average temperatures, although less so than compared to week 1. Week 3 temperature anomalies, the 14th to 20th of March, is above average. So again, we've got mild week coming up there. And then we finish up actually on quite a warm week. This is the 21st to the 27th of March, significantly above average temperatures there. Dare I say it, going back to temperatures into the upper teens Celsius perhaps through the final week of March, really quite warm. Precipitation anomalies, finally. So the week ahead from the 28th of February to the 6th of March looking above average with precipitation, particularly so to the west. And then again, hinting at above average precipitation in week 2, the 7th to the 13th of March. Overall, I think most parts of the country could be wetter than average there as well. Week 3 is the 14th to the 20th of March. Heights are rising to the south, so beginning to turn drier, particularly to southern and western parts of the country. Maybe hinting at being still a little bit unsettled to the north. And then week 4, maybe a bit surprisingly, actually is a wetter than average week from the 21st to 27th for Scotland, close to average elsewhere. On the 500 millibar height anomaly, it did look as though the trend should be to drier and warmer weather through the second half of March. It's week 4, so the signals are weak anyway, as they always are, for precipitation in week 4. My guess is that if the heights do rise to the south, we set up high pressure over France, we will, particularly for England and Wales, turn things drier in the second half of the month, and warmer too. Right, so that's JMA Friday today. Overall, a mild March coming up, but with variations in terms of the overall weather pattern and how unsettled it's going to be. I think the first half of March is looking quite unsettled. The second half of March could be trending to something warmer and drier, although I would like to see that confirmed by the JMA next week. We should wait and see. Right, we'll be back later on this afternoon with your week to 10-day B update. Terry Scully's March forecast coming up tonight. And then over the weekend, just loads of updates, starting off with an extra time analogues update for the spring. And the spring forecast will be released on Sunday. Right, that's all for now, though.